Today, I am super excited to be recording my first ever podcast episode. As a frequent podcast listener with over 18 shows that I subscribe to and listen to each week, oh my gosh, like the average podcaster, I think, subscribes to less than 8. I'm just so honored to be recording one of my own and that you've tuned in and you're curious to hear about what I have to say about marketing and selling. For those of you who don't know me, I'm your host, Ashley Avis of Ashley Avis Marketing or Ashley Avis Co. on Instagram, and I love helping passionate entrepreneurs market and sell better so that they have time to do the things that they love. Entrepreneurship is definitely in my blood. I've faced the ups and downs, and I've walked out on the other side with the wisdom and the confidence to say that I am probably going to be an entrepreneur for the rest of my life. Just an FYI, I come with a warning. If you listen to me long enough, I will probably convince you to start your own business if you haven't already. Why? Because I believe that we all have the strengths and the skills and the passion to create wonderful things. But a lot of us hold those strengths back and we do as we're told or as our bosses tell us to so that we can pay the bills, right? Well, I'm over here and I'm done with working for somebody else. And instead, I'm ready to forge my own way and define success on my own terms and see where it takes me. So far, I've been able to grow a successful marketing company where I consult for small to medium sized businesses on branding, social media strategy, web design, email marketing. You guys, these are all my favorite things. And I also offer some done for you services, online courses, and workshops. And as of today, I have this podcast. So I'm excited to push publish on a new episode each Tuesday with quick, actionable advice that will help you market your products or services better and help you master your sales flow to help you grow your business. Now, since I am on day 1 of this podcast, I thought I would talk about a topic that I believe all business owners and entrepreneurs should focus on from day 1 too: email marketing. Today, I will teach you 5 reasons why I tell all of my clients and friends and strangers on the street that email marketing is a must if you want to set your business up for future success, sustainability, and sales. And before you flip to the next show because you think email marketing is dead, I have to preface this by saying that every single time I have something to launch or something to sell, I always make money from my email list. And I want to teach you how. So before I get to the good stuff, did you know that on this day, this podcast first airs, there are over 2 million different podcast shows? And of those 2 million, 37% are still active, meaning they've published an episode in the last 90 days. For those of you afraid of calculators, that's approximately 75,000 different active shows right now. So I am so excited, and I quickly just wanted to share a few reasons why I've decided to start the podcast. First, if you can't already tell, I love podcasts. I love listening to them. I feel that it's a convenient way of consuming long-form educational content, right? So I can listen and learn while driving the kids around, or I can tune in while working from home and not feel so alone, which, like, entrepreneurship can surely feel a little lonely here and there. So I thought you might like to consume this content in a podcast style as well. Second, I love learning, teaching, and talking. I have a lot to say. I mean it. I'm a big talker, especially when it comes to marketing and selling and business strategy. I love to give advice and talk strategy as often as I can. I mean, like, it's what I do for a living, and it comes naturally because I'm one of those people who, when she learns something, she immediately wants to share it with the world. So I read a lot of books, I consume a lot of content on a variety of different topics, so I plan on sharing a lot of killer content with you all. Third, I want a platform where I can point the spotlight onto my community, onto other women in business who inspire me, who educate me, who motivate me every single day. I really want to grow a supportive community here and help connect you to the other women who are making a difference every single day and who want to help you climb the success ladder too. And finally, I started a podcast to impact as many people as I could. I believe podcasting is a growing media, and I am the type of person who will value every single download, every single listen, guys, knowing that if I deliver simple, actionable strategies to my listeners, to you, that this effort will be worth it. Okay, phew. That was it. That was the 5 reasons why I decided to start a podcast. Now, are you ready for the good stuff? I cannot wait to teach you all about the importance of email marketing from day one of starting your own business so that you can set your business up for future success, sustainability, and sales. Oh, wait, one more thing. Each week, I plan on sharing a very juicy tip of the week at the end of each episode. So stay tuned to the end of this week's episode to get a tip that will ensure that none of us are doing something illegal. You're listening to the Ashley Avis Podcast, the place to be for entrepreneurs who want to market and sell with confidence. Around here, we're chatting about personal branding, social media strategy, web design, email marketing, sales mastery, and so much more. My biggest mission is to help you effectively sell online with confidence and clarity. Ready to grow your business, bank account, and an online presence in a way that leaves you feeling liberated and excited? Subscribe and tune in every Tuesday with an open mind and a notepad. Let's do this. Wondering where to get started with email marketing? I researched a bunch of email service providers, and I tried a bunch before I found my favorite, Flowdesk. I love how easy it is to customize their email templates to keep everything on brand. It's so easy to automate emails to save me time, and my favorite, they make growing my email list super simple with their lead forms that are incredibly easy to create and share. Did I mention their email templates are really pretty too? Use my promo code AshleyAvis to get 50% off today. Sign up at flowdesk.com, that's FLODESK.com, with promo code AshleyAvis, ASHLEYAVIS, to save 50% off. Happy emailing. Okay, email marketing. First off, let me quickly tell you what it is and how it's done. Email marketing is all about building and growing a list of people who have opted in to hear more from you via their inbox. The people on your list are typically your best leads. They're the best leads you can have because they've gone the extra mile to stay in touch with you. Email marketing is successful once you've built a list and you've nurtured it. So what I mean by that is once you have a growing list of people saying, yes, I'd love to hear more from you, then we need to deliver the goods. We need to serve them up the good stuff as promised via email. When you've served your email list properly, and when I say serve, I mean not sold to them, but instead you've inspired them, educated them, or entertained them enough that they feel like they know you, like you, and now they trust you. And then, and only then, you have permission to sell to that list. Okay, so launching something to your email list, aka emailing them about your new product or offer, will put your offer directly in front of the best leads that you've got. Okay, they're warmed up, they know you, they like you, they trust you, and now they want to buy from you. Okay, and then that process, it just repeats. You build your list, you nurture it, and then you sell to it. There are 5 things I want to teach you about today that you need to know in order to set your business up for future success, sustainability, and sales when it comes to email marketing. Number 1 is this. If you think that you can bypass email marketing and instead just focus on growing a following on social media to sell to, you're not thinking wisely. Okay, imagine this. You spend hours and hours each week focused on Instagram or Facebook growth, right? And all of this strategy to get followers. You create posts, you increase your engagement, and then one day you get hacked and all of your followers disappear. Or what about this? You're on a roll with social media and your engagement is high and you can do no wrong, and then one day the algorithm completely changes. Now, I don't know what it changes to, but let's just say it flips to a new format that drops your engagement and reach like crazy because it has before and it will again. And then all of a sudden your business is getting no reach, no engagement, and no sales. The fact of the matter is here, and I'm not the first to say this, you do not own your followers and you actually have very little control over these apps. Instead, if you can think of ways to convert your followers on social media into email list subscribers, then that email list is something that you own and is something that you have control over. If someone hacks you one day, or heck, if Instagram or Facebook decide to shut you down or something outrageous, you have your email list there and it's ready so that you can inform your people about what's what. So growing your list will ensure that your business is sustainable because you actually own your leads or this community you have grown. All right, number two. I kind of hinted about this in number one. My favorite thing about email lists are that they are algorithm proof. I never like to give too much thought or power to this thing called the algorithm, but I do know that the algorithm determines how many of our followers actually see our posts. And newsflash, unless your engagement is super high, it ain't that many people. So, what I like about sending emails is that I don't have to wonder about how many people saw my email. I know that everyone had to see me to either A, delete my email, or B, open it and read it. I even use a really awesome email service provider, Flowdesk, to see how many people opened my email and how many people clicked on the links inside. Now, an alert might be going off in your brain about emails ending up in the spam or the junk folder, right? Or the promotions folder. My number one way to combat this is to A, use a decent email service provider. And B, when someone subscribes to your email list, make sure that you get them to look for and open and click that first email you send them. The more Gmail or Hotmail or Yahoo sees that people want those emails, or that people want your emails, the more likely they are to plop them into their inbox. I could go on and on about the different ways to do this, but to keep things simple, the easiest thing to do is trade people for their email addresses. Example, I have a free training called The 4 Mistakes I Made Marketing My Business Online, where I teach people how to market better. In order for them to watch this free training, they sign up for my email list and I email them the link to watch the video. So they subscribe, they look for and open the email that I sent them, and then they click the link in the email I sent to watch the training video. Then, because they opened and clicked that email, I'm more likely to show up in their inbox the next time I send them an email, right? See how that works? Okay, number three. Email marketing is not going to suck up a lot of your time. In fact, email marketing is one of those things where you can set it and forget it, aka automate in your business. If you have a great email service provider, again, my favorite is Flowdesk, you can spend an hour or two writing your emails for an entire month and schedule them out ahead of time. Now, I don't know about you, but as a busy mom and an entrepreneur, automation is one of my best friends. Anything that allows you to work in a flow state and batch out content and schedule it out in advance is gold. Which leads me to number four. Writing emails is easier than you think. Do you already spend time creating long form content or even short form educational or inspirational content for social media or a blog or a video blog? All you need to do to serve your email list is point those subscribers to that content. For example, if I publish a blog every Monday or a podcast episode every Tuesday, I could send an email out that morning just letting my subscribers know what I shared and why they should give it a read or a listen, and then create a button linking to that content. Way easier than actually creating the content, right? So think of email marketing as a way of keeping your fans in the loop so that they don't miss out on any of the good stuff that you're creating. And number five, after serving up the good stuff to your email list week after week, then you finally have earned the permission to sell. And selling to my email list always makes me giggle. Why? Because it always works. Here's what I do. Whenever I have a new offer, like a product or a service, I let my email list, which I call my Insiders Club, know about it first before any post to social media. When I do this, they are VIP, they get first dibs, and they're the ones I can count on to buy. Short story. When I started my first business, Ashley Avis Yoga, I decided to start an email list comprised mostly of past students or current students, and some potential students were in there too. Okay, every time I had a workshop, I knew I could only sell up to 10 to 20 spots depending on the workshop and where I was offering it. Okay, so 10 to 20 spots would fill up the studio space. So what I would do is I would email my list before posting the workshops to social media, and without a doubt, I would sell out at least 50% or more of the spots without using social media. As I got good at this, I eventually got to the point where I didn't even have to post about my workshops on social media, and I knew it would sell out because I had my email list, right? So please don't forget about the potential in selling to your list, a list that could be comprised of past customers, current clients, current customers, past clients, or potential ones. And that's all the 5 things I wanted to teach you about today about email marketing. So let's just quickly recap. Number 1, an email list is a valuable asset that your business actually owns, as opposed to your social media following. Number 2, your email list is algorithm proof, which means everyone on your list is seeing your emails, right? Number 3, email marketing can be automated and save you time each and every month. And then number 4, writing emails is easier than you think. You just need to keep your fans in the loop. And number 5, emails sell. If you want to increase the sales that your business is making, then email marketing is definitely one way to do it. So I hope today's podcast opened your eyes to the potential email marketing can have on your business, even if you're just starting out from day 1. I feel like I have a plenty more to say about email marketing, especially if you're wondering about how to build and grow that list. You know what? I'm just going to sneak in 3 little tips here if you want to start growing your list, okay? 1, you got to have a place for people to sign up. I love using Flowdesk because you can create opt-in pages even if you don't have a website yet. 2, give people a reason to opt in. Tell them what to expect for being on your list and why they want to be on there. Like, for example, you'll be the first to know whenever I podcast so that you never miss out on good marketing tips. And then 3, I mentioned this before, having a free guide or a resource or even a simple discount code is a great way to trade people for their email address. If you want to see how this is done, head to ashlyavismarketing.com and check out some of my free resources or just opt into the Insiders Club. Now, as promised, I planned on ending each week's episode with a tip of the week. This week, I think I'll add in a tip that will keep you and me from doing something illegal. Okay, listen up. Make sure that when you're growing your email list, that everyone subscribing knows that they're opting in. Never take or use someone else's email list. And when you do send emails to your email list, make sure that you include an option for the subscriber to opt out or unsubscribe. Usually this is an option you can see in itty bitty font at the bottom of an email. You can see how it's done on one of my emails if you like. So by doing these 3 things, you're following the email marketing law and therefore not being a criminal. Email marketing law is a real thing, folks, so let's abide by it. So thank you for listening to my first podcast episode. This has been a dream of mine for far too long, and if you're hearing my voice right now, and if you've learned just one little thing or were inspired by just one little nugget that will help your marketing and selling of your business overall, then I am beyond thrilled. Just a reminder, if you're going to check out my favorite email service provider, Flowdesk, that's Flowdesk, to use promo code Ashley Avis. If you do, that means that you are supporting the creation of future episodes of this podcast. The promo code and link to check out Flowdesk will be in the show notes available at ashlyavismarketing.com. Join me next week where I'll be switching things up and hosting a conversation with a woman who inspires me so much and will teach us all about how to follow our intuition and find our dream job. Thank you for listening to the Ashley Avis podcast. If you liked what you heard, subscribe, leave me a rating, or even better, tell a friend about the Ashley Avis podcast. You can grab all of today's show notes at ashlyavismarketing.com. Plus, find more ways to simplify, strategize, and show up with confidence when marketing and selling online. Until next Tuesday, I'm Ashley Avis, and that was my first episode of the Ashley Avis podcast. You got this.